Good day, everyone. Just a quick video here. I want to talk about masks today. Been a lot of information going around about, masks don't work. Don't wear a mask. Not going to help you. It's all bad. You need special masks. So I'm just going to keep going through this and put a little bit of logic and perspective into it. Maybe there's some truth that a mask is not all that effective, but we're going to talk about it really quick here. And just remember, just a recap, that the exponential rate of infection, basically one person here will infect, 6 others, and it continues on from there. So a little bit out of control. Just the other day, our Ontario Health Minister, let's see what they had to say.
I think that anything that we're doing as politicians or leaders or members of the media that will create a sense of anxiety and panic is actually a dangerous road to travel down.
So basically they're saying that it's a dangerous road to go down if you don't inform the people, because people are too stupid.
There is no indication right now that we have spread of the illness from other countries other than China, and
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to cut that off there. Blah blah blah. And now they're saying in Canada that hey, things are basically out of control. So let's get to the next thing. Again, I did this in my other video, but I'm just going to do a quick recap here. What the CBC is telling kids.
There's no reason, if you're healthy, there's no reason not to go out and go to a Chinese food restaurant, be in Chinatown, have celebrations.
Do we have to be worried about toys and electronics that are produced in China?
And it can stay in droplets on a surface, depending on temperatures and things like that, for maybe a couple of hours. If you think...
And that's a lie. That's a complete lie. Just to remind you, the virus can exist up to 28 days at 4 degrees, 20% humidity on surfaces. So, yeah, it's not like an hour, okay? Get that straight.
Think that wearing a mask is going to keep you from getting sick from somebody else? Probably not.
Thank you so much. And handshake.
Handshake.
Yeah, now I understand. It's not that dangerous.
So yeah, masks are useless. Don't wear a mask. Shake hands. Get close to people. Talk to them in their face. No problem. It's all good. So what does China Uncensored have to say?
I wonder what will happen next. There is some good news. Communist authorities have discovered an easy new treatment for the coronavirus. The reason that they're slapping and grabbing and wrestling people to the ground is that these people were not wearing masks.
So there you go. Okay, and I'm just going to make this a point again. Government again is saying, you don't need a mask. You're safe. It's all good.
These N95 respirators are flying off store shelves. Do I need one to protect myself from coronavirus?
So I would say no.
What about these types of masks? I've seen a lot
Yeah, you need one. I'm going to explain.
of people with these types of masks around.
Yeah, so these are procedures or surgical masks, definitely something that we find is effective for interrupting transmission.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that, Doctor.
You're welcome. So if people are walking around wearing masks, even these loose-fitting masks, then I think it's sending a message to other people around them that, something is happening, and that may not be the case. So we want to make sure that it's not causing alarm in the public.
I wonder what will happen next. We're not wearing masks.
Okay, so let's get into this here. So let's look at the masks. We'll start with masks. So here we go. I'm just going to review some masks here. The first one is like a very, very standard mask. It's like almost one of the cheapest masks you can buy. So let's take a look at that. So yeah, the one I don't have on display was like that hospital mask, just like that little emoji that came up. Blue mask, goes over your ears, rubber band. Now this is the lowest priced mask I could find. There's 50 in a box, and I think they're like, $10 or something. Now you might say, well, that's not going to do anything. It's useless. What good is that? It's not rated. It's not an N95. It's not a respirator. Has a really cheap band on the nose there. it's not really going to fit very well. Very cheap. And the other thing that I was looking at this one, once I turn it over there, you're going to see how the rubber bands are attached. Well, it's attached with staples, it goes through the sides, and you're like, well, that's totally useless. What good is that going to do? Okay, here's the whole key with the masks. Many masks may not protect you from, the virus. Like, they might not be able to filter it out or anything. But what a mask is going to do, it's going to prevent you, especially, something like this, something really cheap, because you got to chuck them out every time you use them if you're in an environment that might be contagious. But say for your kids, if you put that on their face, it's going to stop them from sticking their fingers in their mouth, stop them from sticking their fingers up their nose. So in that sense, the mask is going to be effective. It's going to help. It's going to help. I mean, you have to do everything, little things to help. Now the next one, so the next one I'm showing you here, this is a little bit higher quality. The metal nose band to form around your nose. It's a little bit thicker. It does fit much better, and the band, or the rubber band that holds it on, now that one is glued on, so there's no holes through the mask itself. So it's a little bit better quality, and again, not very expensive, but it's going to protect you from touching your face. That's what it's all about. And also it's going to protect you even from, if someone sneezes or something, like if they're in your face, I mean, it's really going to stop things. But anyways, and then we're going into the, this is the N95. Much higher quality mask. The nose band on it is very thick. It's like twice as thick as the less expensive one there. And it has some foam around the nose for comfort, because that band, the metal band, you can really press that down and seal the mask. And you'll notice that here there are staples. These are stapled on this one, but they are outside of the sealing area. So generally good mask, probably for more serious situations. I'm not going to use those unless I really have to, if I'm going to be in contact with people. And the final product here, which I use for painting, this is like a respirator. Very good mask. It has carbon filters. Some of them actually are integrated with antibacterial and antiviral agents within the carbon filter portion, and also within the HEPA filter portion. So really good mask. You're not going to have any trouble. But hey guys, if you have a beard, guess what? You're going to have to cut your beard off if you want that thing to seal around your face. But yeah, that would be the ideal one. And again, if you're out in public with that, it's going to get contaminated on the outside. So spray it down when you get home with an antibacterial product, whatever you have, I don't know. You can get all kinds of things, and let it dry really well. Keep it at a higher temperature area, preferably in the sunlight, or else if you have one of those UV lights that will disinfect things, do that. Yeah, basically disinfect it, rub down with alcohol, whatever you have, and that'll do it for you. I'm only going to use that if things get really bad and I have to go out and do something. And then you have to. There's a whole other issue. There's so many more other issues that I have to get into, but the video would be too long. I'll make another video, but things to do at home and actually other precautions. And the other thing, the last thing, I'm adding this in with the masks because if you're wearing a mask and you're not covering your eyes, if you're in serious situations, in closer contact with people, then yeah, you might as well not wear a mask or anything, because if someone ever sneezes in your face and that gets in your eyes, then yeah, you're pretty much done. So pick up some cheap goggles, swim goggles, or any kind of protective sealed eye goggle will work fine. And again, if you are in a high exposure place, when you get home, you have to take this stuff off and clean yourself up. I'd actually leave those goggles on and get in the shower and scrub my face off with some soap, actually, if I was in that situation. Keep your mouth closed, get all cleaned up. But just some points, my points. I think they're practical. I think they make sense. I think they're logical. And I don't know, ignore all this stuff where people say that a mask won't do you any good. But the mask stops you from doing that, stops you from putting fingers in your mouth. Goggles stops you from putting your fingers in your eyes, keeps you aware, because we subconsciously do a lot of things. And so if you kind of cover yourself up, you're going to really, really help yourself, I believe. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please come back, subscribe, come back for more. I'm also on Twitter at Clown Report, spelled with a K, Clown Report. And yeah, check out my YouTube, like and subscribe. And my next video, as I said, will be what should I do at home? And I have a whole bunch of stuff there, so click the bell for notifications, subscribe, and yeah, don't miss out. The next one is probably even more important than the masks and protecting your eyes, generally speaking. So it'll be coming up tomorrow or later today. Bye-bye.